Wow, you guys, we just got back from the 7 People tour in North America, and I can honestly tell you that it was a hot ghetto mess.
Oh yeah. The fancy cars, the women and the caviar. You know who we are, 'cause we're pimping all over the world.
Okay, so the trip first started in the ATL. It was cool, you know. We toured the Georgia Aquarium. We went through and toured the Georgia Dome, went to Chastain Park. We shopped at the Underground Station. You know, we did it big. And as night rolled around, you know, we were kind of bored. We wanted to do something. We wanted to get out. And the other 6 people, or the other 5 people, suggested that they go to the club. But I'm not overage. Sorry. But you know what? We compromised for that. We decided to go to Cascades, which is one of the most famous skating rinks in Atlanta. So we get there, you know, the music's banging. It's a good vibe. Everybody's skating. Some people sitting on the sidelines dancing. It's cool. And, you know, we're just sitting there, you know, trying to look nice, trying to look good, you know. But then all of a sudden, the song comes on.
9.
It is the gift from Virgo herself, Beyonce.
8. 1.
I put my hands over my eyes and was hoping this would not happen. And I spun around, and as soon as I did, Duran was gone. That's right. And I already knew what was about to happen. So sure enough, I looked to the center of the skating rink, and guess who's trying to get bodied? Duran. He's out here doing everything, spinning, popping, locking, dropping, spinning and dropping on the ground, voguing, doing everything, making us look bad. Cascades isn't the type of place you want to get bodied at. It's more of a place where you sit, look cute, not to get bodied. So basically, we had to get up out of there because we weren't even there that long and we were getting our reputation destroyed. Thank you, Duran. So after Atlanta, we hit up New York City, NY. We hit up the big spots in New York. You know, we went to the Statue of Liberty, took some pictures, and then we went down to Times Square to shop. We're walking down Times Square, and guess who we see? Y'all, we see Naomi Campbell.
You better work it, girl. Do your thing on the runway.
I couldn't believe it because she was walking there by herself, no bodyguards, just her, talking on her little BlackBerry. And all of us wanted to get her autograph. But Mo'Bride was more eager than the rest of us. So she ran herself right up to Naomi and asked for her autograph. Now, I don't know how Mo'Bride addressed Naomi, but Naomi didn't seem too happy. She put her phone down. And then she gave her a look. And then all of a sudden, BAM! She went across Mo'Bride's face with the cell phone. That was the wrong thing to do. Because when I tell you Mo'Bride found the nearest blunt object and started mollywhopping Naomi up and down Times Square, I mean it. She started mollywhopping her. Ripping out all that horse hair. Oh, poor baby. But I ain't gonna lie, I think Naomi deserved what she got, hitting up on all those little old white maids like that. Do it to a black girl, Naomi, do it to a black girl. What happens? You get mollywhopped up and down Times Square. But unfortunately, by the time Monica got done, the police were already on the scene, and you know NYPD don't like black people. So the rest of us booted up out of there and let Monica get arrested. My bad. So after cranking that fugitive, we went up to Canada and decided to stop through there and do a little shopping, even though Toronto wasn't really on my mind, but okay. However, I did get my Degrassi DVD autographed by the cast of Degrassi, which was so cool. Even though I really don't watch the show anymore, it was still good. Anyways, after hitting up Toronto, we decided to go up to the mountains and see, you know, what was up there. But as we're driving down the street, we see a big old crazy looking moose in the middle of the road. Now we can't hit it because we know it would tear up that little car, and we will all be dead. So, little Mark Anthony decides he's going to try to persuade it to get off the road. Now, Mark Anthony is the person that he loves everybody and thinks that everybody and everything loves him. That wasn't the case with this moose because this moose was obviously in Cujo mode. And as Mark Anthony approached this moose decided to become a defensive linebacker and BAM! Slammed into Mark Anthony, knocking him into the little pine trees. I'm not gonna lie, I screamed like a little girl. And then I laughed. Turns out he had a couple of broken ribs and shoulder blades and collarbone. So basically he spent the rest of the trip in a neck cast and chest brace. Guess we won't be going to Canada again. After our stint in Canada, we decided to go down southwest and hit up Las Vegas. You know, gambling. Now we went down the strip toward that. But everybody else thought it was cute to leave me at the hotel while they went gambling because, once again, I'm underage. Funny how I just ruined everything. My bad. Especially Barrett. He just kept antagonizing me about it. Like, you're 17. But you know what I told him? He was gonna get his come-ups. Promise. And sure enough, he did. Because after they went out about 7 p.m. They came back at 11. Barrett was looking a hot mess. Why? Because not only did he lose all his money gambling, he lost his wigs and he lost Melba. So basically he was sitting there in the hotel looking a hot mess, and I'm glad he didn't lose his clothes because that would have been a disgusting look. But you know what? I could have swore I saw Melba's head in TJ Maxx on the way out to Las Vegas. But we'll keep that between us. Last week we hit up Los Angeles. Now, our guide was supposed to be Monica, but thanks to her Mollywhoppin session back in New York, she was still in prison. So Roberto thought he could be our little tour guide. Roberto, come on now. This is not the sticks in Louisiana, this is LA. You will get lost. And sure enough, we did get lost because we were supposed to go to Hollywood and we ended up in Compton. How does that happen? How does that happen? And by the time we got to Compton, the car ran out of gas, so we had to walk back to Hollywood. However, once we got to Hollywood, we want to talk about a confrontation. As we were walking down Hollywood Avenue, guess who we saw? We saw Rachel True, formerly known as Mona from Half&Half.
Through this journey of discovery, finding you, I'm finding me, finding you, I'm finding me.
When I tell you Barry went ballistic on this chick, why you didn't answer my emails on MySpace, boo boo? You go get your big. And he was about to fight this chick. He was really about to mollywhop this chick. I thought the mollywhopping had ended in New York, but no, clearly this was about to happen again. But you know what? Karma bit him again, because guess what? Guess who showed up? The LAPD. And you know the LAPD don't like black people. So, once again, we booted it out of there. And after the trip, we all went our separate ways. And here I am, vlogging about it. Yeah. See what happens when you get a cluster of black people together? Madness, people. Madness. Alright. The story goes like this. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Thank you. Thank you.